So I know Isabelle is a scientist in nanomedicine and biomaterials technology, and she has a brilliant career. I know you are a researcher and a project manager in COA, and also that you supervised a lot of PhD students, which I found very helpful because whenever I discuss something with you, I know that you already have seen someone deal with that, and so you have ideas how to deal with it.
Omar comes from Jordania. He made his training in pharmaceutical industry, biomedical engineering, yes. So for me, a PhD is always a great adventure, a scientific adventure, but also a human adventure. When I was a PhD student, sometimes I found I could have more support to, not for the scientific questions way of supervision, but also to have more tips on my future professional career, and support, also to feel support. And so I think today it's the same. Young people that engage in a PhD, it's a kind of adventure for them, and I think it's good if they can have support from the supervisors, of course, but also external support that could bring them complementary tips and maybe an opening on what could be scientific careers beyond the PhD as well.
For me, in the beginning, I was thinking it's a very great opportunity to meet someone who already have experience and a career in academia, because that's what I would like to do. So I was thinking it would be a good chance to learn how things work and how naturally things progress. But then with time, we adapted to more things according first to my needs. So for example, if I have some feelings towards certain things, how to address them, how the strategies that I have in mind to deal with things, I was consulting you. And also we had some meetings with other with students who are also involved in the program that it was organized by the CPH. And when I was discussing with them, I was seeing how they also benefit from the program, and I was inspired by some suggestions of what other people do to implement in our mentorship as well.
It started with a first program meeting, and then we decided to meet once a month on a regular basis. We arranged our meeting at lunchtime, so it make it. We agreed that it made it more convivial and also more compatible with my calendar. And the first meeting, I think we really learned to know each other, which background, what our past experience, what are our motivation, and so on. And then the more we met for the next meeting, then we more entered into the more specific topics, addressing the questions Omar had and his preoccupation at the time during the years. And so I would say that more or less at each different meeting, we addressed quite different points. Yeah. Yes, there was a progression during the year.
Yeah, so for me, it was in the beginning, we had set the general objective that we meet once a month and then we see what I need to do that. And the second objective was to discuss the future career. So we, as Isabelle said, we started discussing things, and then we adapted. So we started before every meeting, we make kind of a small agenda, not official one, but just to make sure that I don't forget something in the moment. And we discussed that. And I think one development that also happened near the end is that I asked Isabelle to be part of my CSI committee as the student referent. And I think I was fortunate with that, because when I was discussing with my colleagues, the students who arrive recently to the city, they don't have connections with people who are not really affiliated with the research. So they don't have a chance to find such a referent except by contacting random people. So I think I was lucky to have this connection to choose someone in my CSI. We had some general topics, again, as the natural progression of a career in academia. We had some things that are more specific and technical. So for example, how to navigate bibliography research, how to do specific things, but also some things that are also not technical, but also specific. For example, at one point I was feeling that I am not progressing fast enough as much as I would like. I discussed that with Isabelle. I also had, in the beginning of the year, I had a bike accident where I broke my arm. So it was also how to go back to work after some time without doing experiments with my hands. So we covered quite a big range, I think.
Yes, I think so. It was really a wide range of thematics. How also you can best manage your time between experiments and other tasks. Also a bit of the relationships with your supervisors and how to get more connected with them and things like that. So yes, I think we are discussed a quite wide range of topics. And yes, at the time of your bike accident, I think we talk also about personal difficulties that can sometimes interfere in scientific or in another career and professional life, and how to manage that. Yes, I think I hope I helped you to start again and to go back to the lab. After Omar's bike accident, he changed bike. And we usually met, when we met, we usually both came by bike. And now Omar has a pink bike, which is easily recognizable. And so now I know when he is already arrived, because I see the pink bike attached close to our meeting point.
Yeah, for me, it's also a small thing that is kind of funny, because I remember now, because we were doing our meetings during lunch break. And one time we ate Indian food and I had some curry on my pants. And until now, I tried everything to remove it. It was not possible.
Yes.
As I said, we discussed lots of topics and I benefited from a lot of advice. But I think the most important or impactful one, it was, as I mentioned before, at one point I was thinking I'm not satisfied with how fast I'm progressing. So I discussed that with Isabelle. And she told me that it's quite normal and common between PhD students, because we always feel that we should have done much more. She told me it's normal and not to take it as exaggerated as I think. And also to open up about it and discuss it in my team, which I did. And that really benefited me, because when I discussed with the team, I improved how I feel and also how I progress. So it was a very important advice that I had.
I try to be always careful to students I supervise, even more now, maybe, that I'm a bit older and that I've supervised more students and encountered more situations that sometimes can be difficult for them. But I think I have a tendency to always ask them, everything is okay? And okay, you say me okay, that's good. And then we go on to something else. And with Omar, maybe I learned to be in a listening position and to wait for the people to really answer the question and to say, is everything okay? Or to listen better, I think. And I'm sure it will be useful for the future students I will supervise.
We agreed that we will stay in contact for the future. And also, as I said, now Isabelle is part of my CSI meeting, so we will meet in the second year also in the same meeting, and also before that, if I had any issues,
yes,
I contact you.
Yes.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome. So it will be a pleasure. Yes, so I hope everything will be okay. I told Omar that he can contact me whenever he wants, of course, and whenever he needs, if he has any question, or even if he would just want to share some points or some satisfaction as well. And yes, I have been part of this first thesis committee, and I'm waiting for the second next year to see all the progress. And yes, so we stay in contact.